Welcome to ComSpark. We are live here in Cambridge, Massachusetts at MIT, attending the Chief Data Officer Quality Symposium, where the world leaders in data have gathered. My name is Matt DeRamo. I'll be your guest host. Joining me is Heidi Lanford, VP of Enterprise Data and Analytics with Red Hat. Heidi, thanks so much for joining me. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Hey, I've got a handful of questions prepared, so if you don't mind, I'd say let's just kind of jump right into it.
All right.
Perfect. So how do you measure success at your company?
Well, at success, I think for our data and analytics organization, the theme has really been around adoption of analytics to make decisions. So when I took the role a little bit under 2 years ago, we had a large organization spread out throughout the company with a lot of really great, I would call them science experiments that were being done, and a lot of good work, and I think it just went underutilized. And so my role has been to really take that, scale it, and help put it into practice and ensure that it gets adopted. And
so as you measure success, what metrics are you using? How often?
So we look at some of the basic things like, how often people are utilizing analytical assets, whether it be data sources or logging into dashboards or looking at specific views. And then the harder thing is what decisions have been made using that data and information. So we do try to do, the data scientist community absolutely does a lot of A/B testing where we will try some things out, whether it's giving information to salespeople or using targeted marketing campaigns using analytics, and compare that to salespeople who haven't gotten that information or accounts that we haven't, done specific targeted marketing to. So that's one way to do it. It becomes, a little bit of an attribution question, and certainly people have different opinions, but in my view, this doesn't have to be like a precise measurement. As long as we see directionally that what we're doing is impacting things positively, that's a good thing.
Interesting. So what would you say are some of those biggest challenges, if you would, in your role?
So, education, which is I'm sure a theme that you're hearing a lot, and we've really taken to heart the concept of data literacy. And so I've actually hired a full-time person to roll out a data literacy program this year. He started a few months ago. So we're making big investments in that. And kind of our philosophy is, if we're going to invest in a great data platform, a data scientist environment, and all of that, and we don't invest minimally in how people are consuming the information. So we've got to really focus just as heavily on the people who are recipients of data and analytics, as well as those who are creating data and analytics. So data literacy is a big program, a lot of funding that we're putting towards it. We've got C-level support, and we're developing programs for different personas within the organization. And we're really focusing more on the people who are not creating the data assets, but the ones that we're expecting to make decisions. And our CLT uses the word operationalize. I mean, they feel like if we don't operationalize what we're doing, then we failed.
Wow, that's interesting. Oh, that's really good insight. So I guess help me understand, how'd you get caught up in all this world of data? What drew you to it?
So, I'm an engineering school dropout from college. I went to college dead set on being a systems engineer. I'd had an internship in high school and thought it was just the coolest thing. And I got to college and I felt like the program was just sort of suffocating me. Like there were no electives that I could take, and I had a lot of broader interests. So I dropped out, became a math and stats major, and supplemented my degree program with a lot of computer science classes and business classes, and throw in a history of jazz and Shakespeare, and
Wonderful.
And I came out, I kind of feel like I built a data science program like what we have today back when I went to school, and I came out and I did consulting work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, and my first project that I think really got me excited about this. I was in a management analytics group, which was like a data science group back in the early 90s. And I got put on a project at the Limited Corporation, helping them forecast clothing 6 months out ahead of time. And I just saw the need for $1 million decisions that were being made with people doing spreadsheet kind of math, and a lot of bad decisions were made that were costly. And I think from that point on, I was just hooked on this profession. So I've been doing this pretty much ever since I graduated from my undergrad program.
That's a great story. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thanks.
So Heidi, I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate all your insights today. And again, thank you for taking some time out and meeting with me.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. For more information on today's interview, please visit ComSpark.tech.